So this is Wednesday the 24th, Advanced Topics of Math, Theory 3. Hopefully. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so since you have two variables, you're going to subtract the 2x on both sides. Okay, then you're going to bring the problem down, and everybody knows 5 minus 2 is 3, so 3x. And then, since it's a multiplication, we're going to divide. So you're going to get 2 equals x, or x equals 2. And then plug it in.
I was about to ask you, very good. I was about to ask you if you ever wanted to check your solution. What would you do?
Okay, so to check your solution, you're just going to plug it back in. So instead of this x, it's going to be 2. And so then you're going to multiply.
Anyone have any questions? Okay, so it made true statements that like too much be good. You can stay up there because I know someone else wants to go up there. Anyone want to see number 2? Anyone want to see number 2? Okay. Anyone want to see number 3? Like we go over it. No? Alright, you said you do 4? Yeah. Alright, go ahead and do 4. How we should do that. There you go.
Okay, so first you have to distribute the 3 to this entire parenthesis, which will come out to 6x plus 12 equals, and then distribute the negative to this entire parenthesis, negative x plus minus 9. And then you would add like terms to each side. So you would do, I'm bringing x over and 12 to that side. We can do it either way. So you did. And then you would divide each side by 7. And x equals negative 3. Then check the answer.
It looks good, but yeah, but you can just check it out loud.
Oh, just check it out loud.
If you're comfortable doing that.
Alright, we know I'm not.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. So,
always take the safest route, guys, when it comes to math. Because you know how unforgiving it is to make mistakes. Anyone have any questions on board? Anyone want to see number 5? I got Ashley. She's not here?
No, it's here.
Oh, she's.
Right.
Just need to grab her stuff. Yes. All right, we did 1 together, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's the answer for 2? Negative. So 2x equals negative 16, yeah, equals negative 8. And answer number 3? 4. Did someone say why? It's okay, we can go over it.
No, I got it.
Okay. For what we did, what did you guys get for 5? 25 minus 7, good. 6. I'd like to see someone do 6 on the, I'd like to see someone do 6 on the board, because I've seen two different expressions for this. So one of you guys can, gentlemen, Sandy can go ahead and do it. Go ahead and hit the button that's above the color that's the next page has a blue arrow on it. Thank you.
So what I did was, I just added what's in the parentheses. And I just times what's in the brackets, which would give me 30, and then minus 5 for 30. And then there's an X. That's how I got mine.
30x minus 5, okay. Anyone else? Good job. So if we assume that x is a variable x, that would be correct. Did anyone else do anything different? Did anyone treat the x like a multiplication sign? Okay, what would you get if you treat it like a multiplication sign?
25. Yeah.
Yeah. It would be 25. This is a little confusing because when we grow up as little kids, they teach us to use x as multiplication sign, and then when we get like middle school, high school, it's like x is now a variable. So, I would accept either way because it's confusing. What did you guys get for numbers? Does anyone need to see number 7? I hear 36. I hear negative 36. It would be negative 36. Remember that we can simplify the negative 8 and the negative 2 before doing 9 times the negative 9 times negative 8. That will make it easier, especially when it gets more complicated. So you could make negative 8 over negative 2, just make that positive 4, and negative 9 times positive 4, and negative 36. Number 8, does anyone need to see number 8? I'd be glad to do any of these. Number 8. You guys got 24? Yeah. That would not be considered a square because it's the same size. So that would just be A times B times 2. It's uncommon to see it written like that, which is, I can see why that's confusing.
Yeah.
But you would have to assume that that is not squared because it's not a small two in the upper right. Or they didn't use the carrots. Number 9. Anyone need, what did you guys get for 9?
4.
Anyone get any different than 24? Let's see, 3 minus negative 14 is positive 17, 17 minus negative 7 would be 24. Good. 10.
2.
14 or G plus 4?
That's what I'm going to say.
This is how I'm going to review some key terms here. It's good to go over. I think it was back here somewhere. I think it was this one. Yes. So, let's go over to this. So, product is multiplication. I guess cover enough time to do. We'll just go one by one now. Quotient, division. What about the word of in math?
That's division.
Just the word of.
Isn't it equal? Yeah, isn't it?
Because you need like 6 of 3 or 3 of 6.
Oh.
We do what? Division. 3 of 6. Is that different than saying 3 out of 6?
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
For example, 15% of the U.S. population does this.
It'd be subtraction.
Of is multiplication.
That's okay.
Oh.
Because it says product, it's the product of T and of.
No, just the word of. Just the word of. Like 15% of this would be multiplication.
Okay.
Okay.
1/2 of the student population goes to the salad bar. 1/2 times the population of it. Now, out of is what? Out of the division. Yeah. I already said the word is in math is equals. These are especially important for those of you, most of you still have to take the ACT or the SAT. They have word problems. Oh, okay. Do you have, we're going over the algebra one. Let me know if you have any questions. We're going over whatever problems you guys want to go over. So is equals, good. And yeah, out of is division. Okay. I can't adjust it. And beautiful. All right, here's good ones here. 5 less than 2 versus 5 less 2. How would you write the expression 5 less than 2?
2 minus 5, and then.
It would be 2 minus 5.
Right from the very top. Right to the right.
No, it's just
From left to right. Pull it toward you. Pull it to the wall.
And I can do this.
Let's keep on.
And then lift.
You know, you can't live because then you start going.
I just want to drag it down. What if I did this upper right? No, that's not it.
You started sliding to the right, so you can't go down.
If I double tap,
No.
right click, left click.
maybe pray.
You gotta start dragging. Oh, you got that.
What if I do a 4-finger now? You guys know how to do this?
You gotta, you can, if you start from one end, if you go from one side, you gotta keep going next time. Yeah, you can't. But if you like, put it back over the whole screen, you gotta go from up to down. You gotta go up down. Like that. Or unless you just slide it all the way back over and the line come back up.
tell me, I just want to drag this down. That's all.
I'm saying like, if you go like that, you see how you have like that, and then it was wobble? How do you do that?
Push that, the box, right over it. No,
Bottom
no,
right.
no, bottom right.
On the little bit. Bottom right.
Okay, so if you go like that, then you can go there.
Uh-huh.
But you can't go another way because you want to.
But I want to.
But you can't.
It's ridiculous. Thank you. I thought I did earlier. No?
You can get the box again.
Oh, there you go. Imagine.
Okay, so that.
Wait, try and hold again. Try and hold again there.
No, it wasn't like that.
Stretch it all the way back out. Maybe that's what it
Let
is.
me see what back up.
Push the box again and try to do it
I've already done that.
again.
You guys can see me now.
There's no way.
There must be a way. They would not do that where you can resize and you can't just simply drag it. It's ridiculous.
I lost
What if I had this arrow here? No, still wants to do that.
Well, then it is, 2 minus 5 to bottom.
Top right? Top right?
No, that's.
Save or viewer position?
No.
Oh. Well, that's just some doo-doo. 5 less than 2.
2.
2 minus 5.
Okay, 5 less 2.
5 minus 2.
Okay, yeah, good. Very good. Okay, so where we leave off? What's next? What's the next problem? Yes, your
You
question.
ever go over number 6 for 5 and 5?
Did we go over 6?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
And nothing's labeled here. I don't know. Did we go over 6? Yeah. Next. Anyone want to?
11.
It's right there.
This is number 6? Okay, so yeah, it's a 6. 30x minus 5 is acceptable. If it's a multiplication sign, I believe it's 25 with the result.
Oh, I was just confused because it's brackets.
Okay.
Can you do number 11?
Number 11. Would anyone like to do 11? I know you guys are scared now because that thing is Yes. Please, thank you. Make sure it's on the, that's not an error right now, you might want to put on the 10.
The algebraic expression. Expression means it doesn't have an equal sign.
That's right, number 11. Right, number 11. Appreciate it. Thank you.
-2 times the quantity q minus 3. So you would put, well, I would put like q minus 3 first because I know that that's a full equation. That looks like a 9. But, yeah, expression. And then, I'll
So
put
you're
it-
saying those two are like associated with one another?
Yeah, like
Okay.
correctly. And then it's -2 times the quantity of q minus 3. Not of, but the quantity of q minus 3. So I'll put -2 out in front.
Very good. So, bless you. This is a fine detail where if you just simply write -2q minus 3, you get a completely different expression. So just be careful the way it's worded. If this was worded -2 times q minus 3, that's different than what this says. So just be careful. All right, thank you. 12, what did you guys get for 12?
K to the 4th.
A to the 8th power, very good. Anyone want to see 12?
What'd you say? Why didn't you text me?
Number 13.
Why is it
Y to the 8th or Y to the 15th? Would be Y to the 8th. We're just going to multiply the same base, add the exponents. Number 12, we have a value with an exponent raised to another exponent of 4. If you were to write it out long ways, you have k squared times k squared times k squared times k squared. And then you can apply the rule of adding the exponents. You have k to the 8th. So 13 adding the exponent of y to the 8th. 14. What is the slope and y-intercept of this equation?
The slope is -2 and then y-intercept is 4.
What is the what's what form is this equation? Very good. What is that called? Very good. So the name you can always remember too, because slope, intercept. It's written M is the slope, E is the y-intercept. There's a reason it had its name. Does anyone remember point slope form? If you would go, please explain to the class if you know how to.
So long ago.
Does anyone? I don't know. It's not going to ask, but I know people do. But it's one that's more than one facing the other. So we have. Very simply put, what's the formula for slope?
Y equals mx plus b.
What's the formula for slope? Rise over runs. What's the formula? If I have 2 points.
Isn't it x squared minus x1 over y squared minus
Something like that, yeah. All over
X2.
Mhm. Which makes sense because rise over run, change in y would be strictly vertical. That would be your, right? And you'll see sometimes written like this. And on the textbook, delta, this triangle needs change. Change in y over change in x. You also might see where this is maybe just, they won't write this, they'll just have it like that. Or put a 0. But in general, just the idea is the y coordinate of one point minus the y coordinate of the other point over the x coordinate of that, of this, the guy that had this y coordinate minus the x coordinate of the other point. So you'll see it different ways depending on the textbook, depending on what you're looking at, depending on what test you're looking at. Just be comfortable that it's difference in y's or difference in x's. Now, here's the thing that I've noticed from my years of tutoring that some teachers show and some teachers don't show. This is one step away from point slope form. Okay? So if you're having trouble, which I do, memorizing point slope form, does the m go with the x's or does the m go with the y's? If you know this, you're one step away. So you simply multiply both sides of the equation by this divisor, by this denominator, you will have it. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times the whole divisor, x minus x sub 1. It makes life a lot easier because otherwise you might forget, oh, you know, is it difference in y's here or is it different in x's here? Well, if you know this, which most of you probably are very comfortable with this, you can go straight to here. What is this called? What form is this called? It's the one that no one likes, right? We all like y equals mx plus b, right? That's easy. This is called point slope form. What's funny about point slope form? Oh, so point slope form. Why is it called point slope form? There's a reason it's called point slope form.
So you can find a point.
Okay, that's one thing. You have 2 points, you can find slope. Yep. But I mean, you can do that here or here because these are the same equation. So yeah. Another thing is if you are given a point in your given slope, you can immediately write the equation. Okay. So if you have directions in a homework assignment or directions on a test, and it says write an equation of this line that passes through this point and has this slope, why do y equals mx plus b? That's extra work, right? You have to do this, find b, and then rewrite it with the m and the b filled in. If you're given point slope, just use point slope form and you're done. If they don't specify. I will accept either one, but it's just easier for you to just use this. So if you remember, if it makes sense, point slope, you plug in the y coordinate of the point, the x coordinate of the point, here and here, and then plug in your slope. So there's an infinite number of equations that you can write in this form for any one line, but when we're in y equals mx plus b, there's only one form of that guy for any given line. Any questions about point slope form versus slope intercept form? Okay. So you guys, what's the next? Anything else you want to see on here? We have. I guess we're at 14 through 16. Did we do 14? Yeah, I just asked. Okay, so 15 and 16 where we are. Thank you. All right, so go to here, and black, and I'm going to do both. You guys have graph paper, that's of course ideal. These are not that crazy looking, but when you start having to graph quadratics, and you can graph a quadratic along with the linear to find the solution, graph paper becomes very essential. Okay, let's do some increments. Of course, this is hand drawn. I'm sure there's probably somewhere on here where I could have just thrown something on here. If you guys know what it is, let me know. I think I've seen it where you can just throw in graph paper on the background. You guys remember where that is under tools or insert? Or... Okay, I think insert makes sense. Insert, is it a page type?
Yeah.
Templates?
Yeah. No, it's not a template.
Templates, 60 by 9 general. Text, shapes, equation, what's that?
Themes.
Themes.
It's to your right.
Brick, paper, sky.
Oh, yes, that's so cute. No, don't.
Need more pixels. View. Last class tried to help me. It was like, yeah, all right, we gotta give up. What do you think?
No, I think it's in like chart.
What's that?
No, it's a file. I think it might be a file.
File. Let's look at our options in file.
That would be like where you
Save, open, import, export, edit. Page background.
No, grid.
You just
Grid, I just had it. Oh my god.
Grid.
Grid. Thank you.
I swear. This person.
No.
Is this it?
This person. This person. And the top left.
Visible, yeah.
There is no okay.
In the left, the top left is visible.
Ah, okay.
Right.
Yeah, watch this. That's okay. We'll just do this. Now I know where it is. But isn't there something where on the side you can just throw it in?
No, you press the bottom right there.
It's right there.
Clear all the
It's
writing.
like right there on
What's
the
that?
phone.
You press the bottom right there whenever you write.
Oh, okay. Isn't there something I can just throw? I can throw that back
Right
on?
on your toolbar.
Okay, I'll do that later. I'll do that later. Let's not waste time. Thank you for letting me find this. Help me find this. Good. Okay, so let's do here. No. Wow. That's pretty extreme there. Here we go. Now we're starting to cook the oil here. Alright, we're getting there. Alright, so number 15. Number 15. Number 15. 36. Hey, we're getting somewhere. 15 says, why? Does someone want to do it? Please, thank you.
Oh, what's the problem? I thought you got the problem.
We are at number
3x minus 1.
Okay. So,
Explain to us, like, no idea anything about this.
okay, so since this is the slope, which is going to the left, which is the x-axis. No, wait, no, three.
The slope is the x-axis?
No, I'm just saying, it's like right here. Right?
I don't think I heard you. Sorry.
I'm confused. I think I did it wrong.
I'm just confused.
I'm really like, I think I did it wrong. I did it over 3, down 1.
Can you tell me what a line is?
I think you go up.
You go,
I go up 3, oh, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what a line is?
A line.
Yeah, what is a line?
Straight line. What's a line?
Does a line contain points?
It can.
It can or it does?
I don't know, I'm so confused right now.
Can anyone answer that question?
yes,
Yes,
a line
yes.
is.
How many points does a line contain?
Infinity.
An infinite number of lines of points. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm kind of trying to give you a hint as to where you usually start with this. So a line is just an infinitely number of connected points.
So I'll go up 3.
From where?
From the point.
The origin is part of this line?
No.
No, let me ask questions because I want you to think. So where do you start?
You gonna start in the middle, and then you gonna go wherever you need to go.
So you're telling me the middle, which is known as the origin, is part of this line.
It's the intersection.
All right, just go ahead and. All right, so do we need to know, at least to start this, don't we need to know a point that's on this line?
Yeah. Every one. Three negative 1. Negative 1. Oh. Right there. Oh, down one right there.
Oh, wow.
Now, why is it that and why is it not the other one?
Because it's B.
And what is B?
The Y.
The Y what?
Intercept.
The Y intercept. Where it intercepts the Y.
Wait, is this recorded? They can hear me?
No
I'm just so slow.
one can hear you yet because it hasn't been published yet.
Oh. It's going to be published. Oh my God.
For a second, she's like, oh.
Dr. Shelley is sitting in on this right now.
Dr. Shelley,
And she's very proud. You know why? Because
Why would you say my name?
No, you're the one standing in front of the class. Good for you.
Woo!
You're the one standing in front of the class. And you want to make mistakes here and not on a test.
I'm probably gonna make
You're only getting bonus points because you're trying to sit in front of the class.
You're right.
You have nothing to lose.
You're right.
You have nothing to lose. Go ahead, continue. So now you know that is a point on this line, right? Okay.
Good job.
And then you want me to graph it?
I don't want you to just graph the point. I want you to graph that equation.
Which is?
Y equals 3x minus 1. The equation is y equals 3x minus 1. I want you to graph that. What else do you know? Okay, so you know that.
So it's going to be 3 comma negative 1, right?
No. Let's just be clear here. So negative 1 is the y-intercept, meaning that is a point on your line. What other piece of information do we have when it's in y equals mx plus b form? What is the 3?
I mean, the slope.
3 is the slope. Okay? If you know a point that exists on a line, and you know the slope, can you graph another point from that point? Go ahead and try it.
So I'm starting from here, right?
Yeah, because that point is part of your line. This is, by the way, this is a common mistake. Students want to start the
I don't
I've
get
seen this
it.
happen.
So do I go
So don't
over?
worry about it. Don't worry about it. Start at the point. Start
Yeah,
at the
I'm
point.
starting at the point, but I'll go over 3, right? Oh, what?
What is
Oh
slope?
my God.
Rise
Rise
over run. So if we wrote 3 as a rational number, if you wrote 3 as a fraction, how could you write 3 as a fraction?
3 over 1.
Okay. And slope is rise over run. Okay. So are we going to go? Are we going to go up 3 over 1, or are we going to go over 3 up 1? Right? Because it's rise over run. Got it.
1, 2, 3. I'm at 1, right?
Alright. So far we have 2 points.
Let's go. Pretty
Kind of like that.
That's a 3 scratch on there.
Down 3.
Just do the
Oh.
backwards way.
1, 2, 3. 1.
There you go, honey bun.
You don't put arrows.
That's good, that's good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all ain't been school though.
That's okay. Again, the fact that you're in front of the class, that tells me a lot. That's only a plus. Okay, does anyone like to try 16? Go ahead, go for it. You have to do it in 3 minutes.
I'm gonna say,
So I would just use a different color and just go for it. By the way, this is acceptable for like when you guys do work. If you want to do more than one the same axes,
Yeah, but
I'm fine with that as long as it's clear. Here it's clear because it's two different colors. Let's keep the same increments though. So we're assuming that each one of those increments is a unit of 1, distance of 1. Okay.
so because it's already 1/2, it's the slope as it is, so radius over run. Go up 1/2
From where?
from our intercept, which is. I did 2. Oh man, no.
You want to do the undo. That works.
So that's where the y intercept is.
Mm-hmm.
Up over 2, and then opposite.
Beautiful. Very good. Make sure your name and period is at the top of the paper. This is third period. And when you leave, again, turn it in at the back table that has the pencil sharpener. Thank you guys, and we will pick up with probably a lesson tomorrow. Not bad. No.